2. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mythic Table Town Hall for February 2021. So we're going to jump right into things today. It's going to be a short one, but it's going to be a good one. So let's get started here. Okay, so today our agenda is going to be very similar to all the other town halls. We're going to start with the announcements, throw out some kudos, do some updates. We're going to do a little bit of a demo, which has been a pretty big success so far. So we want to show off what we're working on. And then we're going to go into our plans, what you can do to help and what we can do to help you guys. So moving right along, our announcements, we want to welcome, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Heg, Jason, Linda, and Eric to the team. So not a lot of new people showing up in January, but so far these people have been really great. Linda in particular has been fantastic, jumping into a production role right away. So where kudos goes out to Jose and the team for planning our next milestone. Since I've been really busy in January with the new job and everything, things have been falling to the rest of the team to kind of pick up my slack. And they've been doing that, which is great. So Linda, like I mentioned earlier, has come in as a production producer, I guess. She hit the ground running really fast. And she's super excited about Mythic Table, and she's going to do some really great stuff. So I want to thank her for all the hard work that she's done so far and just welcome her again to the team. So Sarah and James, again, for your continued support, picking up my slack, helping with the monthly reports and things like that. And lastly, Logan, for being the hero we needed. So over the past month or so, Logan's been doing about 4 hours a day on our UI, which has been fantastic to see. You're going to see that a little bit of what's to come later. So for our updates, Yellow Alert is over, and we've started the Community Chest Milestone, which is just a group of little items that the community has been asking for a long time. We really wanted to kind of give back. So we're over 9,000 users now, over 9,150 to be exact, but I just like the ring of over 9,000 for some reason. We're still averaging about 200 active users per day, which is fantastic. And in the month of January, we got 25 new patrons, which is really, really great. We are getting so close to covering our infrastructure cost, which is fantastic. So what I'd like to do now is hand this over to Logan so he can show us a little demo of what he's been working on. Logan?
All right, let's get Zoom out of the way. All right, there we go. All right, so we have been working on doing some improvements on how you actually interact with the different menu items that are present in Mythic Table. So as you all might be used to, you have this little collapsible menu here that can go that way, that way. You can go back to your campaigns, edit your account, and start drawing. So we wanted to give this a visual uplift as well as add some much needed functionality. So currently this is still very much in production, but this is a little bit of a sneak peek into what we're trying to accomplish. So we've made it so that you can now click the menu or the arrow to be able to see what you're working on, as well as being able to hover to get an actual name so you know what you're trying to click into. So one of the big things we wanted to work on is the ability to actually choose your color. So it'll randomly select when you first open it, but at that point, you're able to choose the color as well as the size. So if we go ahead and activate our color, we can start drawing. We can shrink that down or swap to a different color, and then it'll do its usual fade out that you all are used to. So then we want to go into the account. So this will do the same functionality of opening up your Mythic Key account. However, that will now pop you over into a new tab so that you can keep with the action inside of Mythic Table, edit profile, sign out, the same things that you've been used to on that first initial campaigns page. Then we have the return to campaign list. This is still very much a work in progress, but eventually you'll be able to click and copy the invitation link. You can open a new tab to go to the campaign list so that you can have multiple campaigns running if you're doing something like a play-by post or something similar, or edit some details, or just go back to your campaign list. And that is currently where we stand with doing the menu improvements and UI. Are there any questions about this at this time?
I have a question. The drawing tools there. What do you plan on doing in the future for the drawing tools? Do we have any additional plans or anything that we want to add to that?
So currently, what I'm aware of is that you'll be able to interact with the brush size and color, as well as maybe do a little bit more visual impact on whether it's active or not. But we're very open to listening. This currently is very flexible and we'd easily be able to add more functionality to it, but I'm currently not aware of any immediate plans for that.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Logan.
Great. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, so let's see. Moving back into things.
Mark, we have a quick question about plans for geometry.
Oh, good question. So I assume you're referring to the ability to draw geometric shapes with our tools. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any hardcore plans right yet. And we've been going under the we've been going on a month-to-month basis of committing to work. So I guess the important thing would be understanding exactly what you want to get out of it and how it's going to impact your game. Once we get an understanding of that, then we can take that and put it into a milestone and start executing on it. But currently, I don't think we have any hardcore plans with regards to geometry yet. Though we are thinking about doing, getting our drawing tools working on a map layer so that you can draw maps, impromptu maps for your games and things like that. So we had a lot of feedback requesting things like that. That answer your question? I hope so. Okay. So moving right along, our plans. So we're still working on the Kickstarter plan with 2 N's because it's real important. We have the February Vancouver Sleep Out. So back in November, we did a sleep out event. Myself, James, and Sarah spent the night outside in sleeping bags to help raise money and awareness for the homeless youth in Vancouver. And we're doing that again for February. So that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's not going to take a lot of time, really, but we are going to be sleeping outside. We are going to be posting all over our social media about this. So please, if you see any posts like that, share them with your friends. Get the word out there because it's important. And we're moving towards monthly milestones. And the big difference between monthly milestones and what we've been doing previously has been the fact that we would usually choose a large piece of work and we would spend months and months and months executing towards it. But now what we're going to do is we're going to choose little themes and small chunks of work. We're going to work as hard as we can to try to get that done in a month. But if we don't get it done in a month, we don't get it done. It might roll over to the next month and influence the next theme or something like that. But this gives us the ability to, on a month-by-month basis, change our direction, change our strategy, which is really important to us. So this current month of February, we're doing a milestone called the Community Chest Milestone. In there, we're going to be doing things like organizing a group of our developers into doing regular games on Twitch. We're going to bring back our blog If some of you might have seen some of the writing that I did on the website, and we're going to bring that back. So we have a little bit more visibility into what it's like working on Mythic Table. And a bunch of other UI items like rearranging the menu selection like you saw, macro buttons, which are going to be exciting, the ability to tie these little chat actions with your character, the grid experience, which everyone's been screaming for, and I'm pretty excited to start playing around with that, improved token status, icon search, and I'll create a Discord looking for group channel, which is already done. So what can you do to help? The same as every month. Tell your friends, share our posts. But for the month of February, we could really use any help and support you can give for our Sleep Out campaign. So when you see us post about this, please share them with your friends, check it out, look into it, and see if you're interested in, throwing $1 or $2 towards it, because it really is an important cause. So what can we do to help you? This is where we open the floor. We take suggestions or questions or anything like that. So we have a small group of people here. Are there any comments or questions or suggestions?
Mark, would you mind going into a little bit more detail about what grid experience means for this milestone?
Good question. So currently we have a bit of a problem where our maps are pretty simple. You throw an image out there and you can change the size based on the pixels. And if you know what the size, your grid size is in pixels, everything works out great. But if you don't know what your grid size is in pixels, it doesn't work out quite so well. And if there's an offset, like say you grabbed a map from online and the pixel size is 50 by 50, but it doesn't start until like pixel 20 or 30, then you're never going to align that because we don't have the ability to offset. So Kevin Cox put out this grid finder demo, which is really slick. We brought him onto the team and we want to implement this in Mythic Table. So this gives us the ability to go into a grid finding mode and just select the corners of the grid, and it just automatically finds what the grid is for you. It's really, really slick. So yeah, that's a great question, Logan. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Good. That's great. That's what I like to hear. So I want to thank you guys. Thank everybody for supporting Mythic Table and staying with us for this journey. We've come a long ways, and we wouldn't have been able to come this far without all of your support. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. All right, that's it for our town hall. Join us next month. All right, see you, everybody.